This is my Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. The original Tab S6 Lite with the Exynos 9611, and in 2023, this is just not cutting it anymore. So in this video, I'm going to talk about whether the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is worth buying in 2023 or not. But before that, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. With that said, let's get right into it. So, the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite was released more than 3 years ago in May of 2020, and Samsung continues to sell this till date. They did refresh the tablet with a newer processor, the Snapdragon 720G, but whatever I'm gonna say in this video applies on the newer model as well. So let's start with the main selling point of this tablet, and that is the S Pen. This is the only tablet under the 30,000 rupees price range to come with a really high quality stylus, a Wacom powered S Pen. Along with the S Pen and Samsung's excellent note-taking app, which is pretty much the best note-taking app on Android, this tablet provides the best note-taking experience under 30,000 rupees period. In fact, like I mentioned earlier, this is the only option. Despite being a 60Hz display, the latency is minimal, there is good palm rejection, and overall note-taking feels good and natural. Apart from note-taking, the S Pen just acts as a precise tool for general navigation and interaction with the UI. It feels much better to browse the internet with the S Pen, which acts as a mouse pointer. The S Pen is also great for applying masks while editing photos in Lightroom Mobile. I also find it very useful for making thumbnails for my YouTube videos. It's just the precision of the S Pen that makes doing these tasks much more comfortable and easier than using a finger. There are a few more positives. First, the 10.4-inch IPS panel, which Samsung calls as PLS TFT to avoid issues and copyright infringement from LG, it is decent for content consumption, along with the very good dual speaker setup with Dolby Atmos. The speakers are loud and clear and pack some bass as well. The screen quality is far from a OLED quality, but is pretty standard in this price range with respect to IPS panels. The tablet itself has good build quality, it is pretty slim and feels solid in the hands. The One UI interface is the best tablet interface on Android. Excellent multitasking support in the form of a persistent taskbar at the bottom, tablet optimized apps like the Samsung Internet Browser, which by default opens all websites in desktop mode and also allows you to open two instances of the same app side by side, like having two website tabs open side by side. There is also support for Samsung DeX interface, which is perfect for when you want to use this tablet with a keyboard and a mouse. Do note, you cannot connect to an external monitor due to the Type-C port being USB 2.0 without any DisplayPort support. If you happen to own a Samsung phone as well, then you can enjoy some convenient ecosystem features like call and text from the tablet, clipboard sharing, app continuity, etc. etc. I have made a whole video on these ecosystem features. Check it out, link in the cards above. And well, that's really it for the positives. Now let's talk about the big negative that really pulls down many of the positives along with it. And it's the performance. The Exynos 9611 is a mid-range chip that is almost 5 years old at this point, and to be honest, it was never that good to begin with. But the even bigger problem is the paltry 4GB of RAM. A 5-year-old outdated mid-range chip with 4GB of RAM running Android 12L with a heavy custom UI is the perfect recipe for bad user experience in 2023. And I can 100% guarantee you that this applies to all Android devices running a custom UI and having 4GB of RAM, like the updated Galaxy Tab S6 Lite or even the Tab S7 FE, which is even more expensive. While I said that this device is very good for note-taking, as soon as you start researching a bit heavily and open multiple tabs in the browser and start using split screen, performance drops and the device starts to lag. And when you open a couple more apps in the background, like the gallery or the file manager or PDF reader, the device starts chugging a lot. The animations become quite choppy, the browser starts to kill tabs that were open, and the whole experience just falls apart. And this will also apply if you're doing complex artwork on this device, like let's say Clip Studio Paint with many layers. Your experience will start lagging and the input latency of the S Pen will start increasing. It's not the worst, guys. It is doable. It doesn't start lagging all the time, but yes, as you increase the load, the experience falls apart quite quickly. The bottom line is, in 2023 with a configuration like this, you cannot push this device too much. Simple note-taking with one app in the background or like a YouTube video playing in split screen will be fine. But if you start cycling between multiple apps, your experience will be poor. And this is where I'm gonna come out with the hard facts, guys. The only reason you would want to pick this tablet in 2023 is if you have a really tight budget and you absolutely need the S Pen. This also applies if you're looking into the Galaxy Tab S7 FE, the 4GB RAM model. And it's also probably the only reason Samsung continues to sell this Tab S6 Lite without coming out with an actual improved model in this price range. There is no other tablet under 30,000 rupees price range that comes with a pen input as good as the S Pen. But let me take a minute to warn Samsung. Samsung may be the leading Android tablet vendor, but the competition is heating up, mainly from Xiaomi. The Mi Pad 5 and now the Mi Pad 6 is a better, if far better tablet than the Tab S6 Lite in every aspect other than the pen input. The Mi Pad 5 and 6 have way better processors, have more RAM, better displays, better sound and overall user experience due to the processor RAM combination being miles better than the Tab S6 Lite and also the Tab S7 FE 4GB RAM model. Samsung is becoming very complacent, and I'm afraid that despite having some excellent features like the S Pen functionality, extremely good tablet user interface in the form of the One UI and Samsung DeX, ecosystem features and all that, Samsung is still becoming very hard to recommend to enthusiasts. The price point is very high and the critical specifications is mediocre at best. At this point, I would say Samsung's best tablet is still the S7 Plus, which has the perfect hardware and software feature set for the price with excellent Super AMOLED screen, Snapdragon 865 Plus, 6GB of RAM, excellent low latency S Pen, premium features like USB Type-C 3.2 Gen 1 port with external monitor support, and a reasonable price tag of under 50,000 rupees and often available for under 45,000 rupees on sale. The only con is the lack of new Android OS updates, but honestly, I don't care about Android updates. They don't matter on Android as much as they matter with iOS. So in terms of price to performance, the Tab S7 Plus is still Samsung's best tablet. As for the Tab S6 Lite, only buy this if you can really take advantage of the S Pen. And maybe if you're already in the Samsung ecosystem and you can take advantage of these ecosystem features. And if you don't care about these, close your eyes and get the Mi Pad 5 or 6 based on your budget. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know what you think about the Tab S6 Lite and Samsung's complacence in this segment. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright guys, take care and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.